Hello everyone, I am Mary Shakina. I am working as a guest lecturer in St.Joseph College of Arts and Science, Cuddalore. In this video, I am going to discuss with you about layers of image in Photoshop. Before getting into the topic, let me give the brief introduction to what is Photoshop. Photoshop is the image editing software to alter images like photos, downloaded icons, or scanned artwork. That is, Photoshop is nothing but a software which is used to alter or edit images. Editing images means what? Editing images means we can change the color of the image, or we can change the size of the image, or we can add one image into the other, and also we can change the file formats from one format to another format, and also we can change the color depth, that is number of bits used per pixel, which is called as color depth. So these are the alterations we can make using Photoshop. Photoshop has many tools to edit the images. One of the tools is layers. We are going to discuss in detail about the layers. Layers are one of the finest tools of Photoshop. Image layers are layers that contain any image information. That is, layers are the tools which contain information about the image. Now imagine layers as the sheet of acetate stacked one on top of the other. We have to imagine layers as the sheet of transparent papers arranged one on top of the other. When there is no image on a layer, you can see through to the layers below. What is the use of the layers? Layers allow us to work on one element of an image without disturbing the others. That is, since the layers are arranged one on the other, we can edit content of one layer without disturbing the other layers. Can you understand? We can change the or edit the content of one layer without affecting the other layer. And we can also change the order of the layers. Suppose if you want to move the third layer to the first layer, means we can move, we can arrange, we can change the order of the layers. This is how we need to imagine as layers. This is how we need to imagine layers. This is the first layer, this is the second layer, and this is the third layer. The layer thumbnail of image layer contains a preview of the content of that layer. That is, by seeing the thumbnail, we can say what is the content of the layer. We use layers to perform tasks such as compositing multiple images, adding text to an image, or editing vector graphics. This is the layer palette of the Photoshop. These are the tools used to edit the layers. These are the components of the layer panel. As we have seen before, a thumbnail is a picture having the content of the layer. It can be seen on the layer. That is, these are the thumbnails. By seeing the thumbnails, we can say the content of the image. The components of the layer panel are layer group, type layer, adjustment layer, layer styles, layer mask, and etc. We can accomplish many tasks using layer tools. What are the tasks? Creating a new layer, hiding a layer, linking layers, duplicating layer, deleting layers. We can achieve all these tasks using layer tools. First, how to create a new layer? We can create a new layer by clicking the new layer button. Also, we can create a new layer below the active layer by holding the control button. By default, a new layer is formed above the currently active layer. Suppose if we want to create the new layer below the active layer, we need to press the control button while pressing the new layer button. This is how we need to create a new layer. Next, how to hide a layer. We can hide a layer by clicking on the small eye icon on the left side of the thumbnail. That is, every layer has a small eye icon on the left of the thumbnail. If we click on this icon, the layer will be invisible. Again, if we click on the same icon, the layer will be visible. This eye icon will toggle between on and off, visibility on and off. So, by this way, we can temporarily hide a layer. Hiding a layer also prevents it from printing. If a layer is hiding means it will not print. So, if we need to hide a layer means we have to click on this small eye icon. Again, if we want back the layer means we again click on the eye icon. Next, linking layers. The linking of layers creates a relationship between them. That is, we can link one layer with the other layer and we can create the relationship between them. And we can also apply transformation to the linked layers. To link layers to the currently active layer, we need to click in the second square. The first square is the small eye icon, that is hiding the layer, and the second square is linking layers. If we want to link the layer means we need to click in the second square. This link symbol indicates that this layer is linked to the currently active layer. Next one is duplicating layer. We can duplicate a layer to perform several adjustments without affecting the original layer. That is, we can copy a layer. Duplicate means nothing but the copy of the layer. We can copy a layer and make changes in the duplicate layer without affecting the original layer. To duplicate the layer, we can drag the layer which we want to duplicate and drop it on the new layer button. Then the layer will be duplicated. The duplicate layer will have the same name as the original layer with the word copy appended to it. That is, the duplicated layer will have the same name as the original layer and with the extra with the word copy. Second option to duplicate a layer is we can right click on the layer and select the duplicate layer option. Then the layer will be duplicated. Finally, deleting layer. If we don't need a layer, we can delete it. How to delete it? We can select the layer and press the delete key on the keyboard. The layer will be deleted. It's a simple option. We can select the layer and press the delete key on the keyboard. The layer will be deleted. And the second option is we can drag the layer from the layer palette and drop it on the delete button. We can drag the layer which we want to delete and drop it on the delete button. The layer will be deleted. So far we have seen what is layer and what are all the tasks we can do it with the layers. Like creating a new layer, hiding a layer, linking layer, duplicating the layer and deleting the layer. Now we are going to do all these tasks practically in Photoshop. I have opened an image in a Photoshop. This is the layer palette in the Photoshop. These are all the layers of the image. This is the image and this is the layer palette which contains all the information about this image. Here in this image, this logo here is first layer and the followers is the second layer and this glow effect is the third layer and this clouds are the fourth layers and this heading text is the fifth layer. Likewise, the layers are arranged one on the top of the other. We can make changes in one layer without affecting all the other layers. That is the purpose of the layers. First, let's see how to create a new layer. Suppose if I want to create a new layer about this clouds layer means I need to click this layer and click the button new layer. See here, this is the create new layer button. If I click this button means a new layer is formed above this clouds layer, because by default a new layer is formed above the currently active layer. So the currently active layer is clouds layer. If I click a new layer, create new layer button, a new layer is formed above this cloud layer. The default name is layer 1. We can also change the name of the layer. Suppose if I want to create a new layer below the currently active layer means I need to press the control button while pressing the create new layer button. So see, a new layer is formed below the currently active layer. Now we have seen how to create a new layer. Next, how to hide a layer. We have seen in the theory that by clicking on the eye icon, we can hide the layer. See, suppose if I want to hide this logo layer, first layer means I need to click on the small eye icon. See here, this logo is invisible. Again, if I want it back means I need to click it on the eye icon, the logo comes back. So by clicking on this eye icon, we can hide a layer. If I want to hide this heading text means I need to click it on this eye icon. This layer will be invisible. Again, by clicking it, the layer comes back. So this is how we can hide a layer. Next is linking layers. By clicking on the second square, we can link layer with the currently active layer. So the currently active layer is clouds. By clicking on the second square, both the layers are linked. This symbol indicates that these two layers are linked with each other. Next, how to create a duplicate layer set, that is the copy of the layer. By right clicking the current layer, we can get the options like duplicate layer set. If we select this option, a duplicate layer is formed. See here, this is the heading text is the original layer and heading text copy is the duplicate layer. So we can make changes in this duplicate layer without affecting this original layer. Finally, how to delete a layer. To delete a layer, one option is we can right click and select delete layer set. If we select means it asks whether we need to delete this layer or not. It confirms whether we need to delete the layer or not. If we want means we can set only. We need to click set only. Otherwise we can cancel. Next method is we can drag this layer and put it on the delete button means again it asks whether we need to delete the layer. So by this way we can delete the layer. So we have seen how to create a new layer, how to link layers, how to duplicate layers, how to hide layers and how to delete layers. Thank you.